everybody, welcome back to another episode of Third Coast OBS. Today, real quick, I just want to show you when we pulled the transmission. Obviously the video I'll link ahead because you saw that was a two video process to get it out. We're shipping it off. There's a transmission builder that seems to specialize in Lightnings and E40D transmissions. All my local guys were extremely high, and I mean very high. $7,000 to $9,000 to one was $11,000 to try and rebuild this transmission.
Oh, okay.
Which is insane to me, but it's just something that happens when you have to beef it up. I did find a guy that was a really good price. He's well known in the Lightning forums, and he seems to put out a good product for the 7.3 diesels and Lightnings first gen, so we went with them. Today we're going to load it up, get it put in a crate, get it shipped off. It's actually going to a place in Arkansas, so it's going to be a long lead time on it. I believe I'm in line for him to maybe start it in August, which is not too bad because when he does do the job, it's only a one-day turnaround. So good for him. He's making some good money and he guarantees his work. I can't ask him much more than that. All I'm gonna do today is show you getting it loaded up, just a quick hit, and another process to help document my journey through rebuilding this Lightning. Enjoy it. We just dropped off the motor at the builder. We're now getting ready to put the transmission in a crate. I'll go into detail about why we're doing that and who's doing the build. I don't know if I'm gonna splice this into all the footage I had before or if this will be its own video. We have our parts. We have our parts laid out from what we pulled off the engine that we're trying. I don't know if we're keeping them, but we just have them laid out so we can mark out and know what's what. The old valve covers, we're not gonna do anything with. The old lifters, valve cover bolts, flex plate, bolts to that, distributor. Obviously we're keeping the Lightning plaque. There's the bolts for it. Upper intake with bolts, fuel rail with bolts, and some fuel lines. We actually have one stuck fuel injector in the lower intake, the lower crank pulley. Timing cover bolts we're probably not going to use, but we bagged them up, and the GT40 heads. We kept the head bolts, but obviously we're never going to use them again. They're torque to yield, and same thing with the push rods that are over there. All right, now plan right now. Oh, these damn bees. That son of a gun's fighting me for territory. I hate red wasps. So we basically rigged up a transmission on the engine hoist here. We'll wait for these people to drive by. Okay, so the plan is, with the hoist, I got a crate in the back of the 92 F-150. I'm gonna back it in the ditch. I'm gonna back it into the driveway at the low spot. Just try to work this up here, lift it, set it in a crate, then we can seal it up and we'll send it off. So we're actually gonna send it to a place called BTS Transmission, Brian's Truck Shop. They're in Arkansas, North Arkansas. I chose them because they specialize in the E40D transmissions. Him and another guy out of Atlanta are supposed to be the best of the best for these builds. Problem with the local guys, I did trust them, I liked them, but they said they just didn't have people that still worked on this type, and their baseline price before a torque converter was north of $6,000. And so if I get a good torque converter with the stall, which would probably be around $2,700, $2,800, we're looking at another $1,000. I mean, I can't do $8,000 on a transmission. This guy was way cheaper, still gonna cost some money, but it is his expertise. So we'll get this all set up. Let's try to back the truck in, see what we can get done. It'd be nice if I could find both my gloves. It's in there. We just need to center it a little bit better. So let's go ahead and lift it just a bit. About as center as we're going to get her. Okay. I'm not the prettiest, but what we'll do is throw some 2x4s in here to keep it from rolling around, hopefully, and pin it down somehow. Gotta get out of the road. Okay, yeah, if we just put one there. All right, that's not bad. Let's stop there for a minute. I'm gonna get the truck pulled out of the road and we can work on it from there. So when I cut the video, I thought I'd go into more detail as far as shipping it. There really wasn't much else to show. The crate ended up in the back of the truck, as you saw. I just threw a couple 2x4s in there, secured it down, put the torque converter in there as well, secured it down, took it to a spot that I could get to, and plastic banded it with the machine so it was going nowhere. No rolling, no anything, super secure. Threw a lid on it, scheduled the pickup. Actually, the company scheduled the pickup. They showed up the next day. We loaded it onto a truck, and there she is. They've had the transmission a few weeks now. We've had no changes. It's still supposed to be August for a start date. Waiting on a phone call. If anybody drops out of line, I move up. Not too worried about it. The engine's still being built. The paint, the truck is still at paint. Has not been touched. Drove by there the other day, hoping to get some more footage of that. As far as it goes, try to time lapse it, bring everything together at the end. Again, just documenting the steps here that I'm going through to get this thing rebuilt. There's a lot of stuff involved in this, and more to come, more to go. I'll have some more videos coming out. So guys, that's about it for this quick video. I say quick, it actually ended up being a little bit longer, but that's okay. So guys, if you do me a favor, check that description below, aggressorthread.com. Kind enough to support a little bit the channel, give me some nice merchandise to show. I really enjoy their old school Ford stuff. They have Ford, Dodge, Chevy, Patriotic, everything. It's really cool stuff. And there's also some great channels down there that have showed me more support than this locust screaming behind me. Zane at Hodgepodge Dodge Garage, Cody, YDOC Production, Jason at Sparks Fire Baling Wire, and Wes Johnson at Wes Johnson. Some great channels. You need to check them out. If you like what I'm doing, you're really going to like what they're doing. And also guys, just on a personal note, y'all see some small channels, y'all should really support them as well. I've kind of had an influx of YouTube pushing channels that I'm not really a big fan of, even though I've told them not to not recommend them. I'm tired of the 500,000 subscriber people that don't respond, don't do anything I really enjoy, and for some reason they keep getting pushed to the top. There's tons of great content. You're going to find some of the best stuff you'll ever watch with somebody who has between 1 and 1,000 subscribers. Show them support. Go check them out. Scroll past that first page every once in a while. You might find some gold like I have. That's the only way I met some of the now friends I have on YouTube. When we all started out, we had nobody. We had 5, 10 subscribers, and we all keep growing. And that's how you do it, by checking out other channels, lower channels, smaller channels. There's some really cool stuff out there. If y'all stuck with me to the end of this one, I appreciate it. And as always, I'll catch y'all next time. Bye-bye.